My name is Elisabeth Lee, and this is my Untitled series centered around spiritual warfare. Growing up, I traditionally grow up in the church, and I focused a lot of my faith around the spiritual aspects of Christianity. With that came me not putting value in normal every day-to-day life. Luckily, I grew out of that. Westmont really helped me with that journey. I came here and I took a lot of biblical classes, and I realized that spirituality and my spiritual journey isn't separate from my normal everyday to day life. It shouldn't be this thing that you are greeted by when you enter the gates of heaven. Your body and soul are one thing. And so your journey here in life is reflected by your spirit traditionally. I sketched traditionally and then digitally rendered all of my pieces here and sent it to a printer who printed these pieces on 3-foot by 6-foot canvas banners. I chose to print my imagery on banners because banners in the Old Testament represent spiritual warfare, and they represent the claiming of battleground, which I wanted to signify here at Westmont, because Westmont has just been through so many trials the last 4 years. These seniors know. So the far left panel is a ton of angels. Basically, they're all in warfare. In the center panel, they're all fighting for the girl or, the person in the center panel who's trying to make a choice between good or evil, and how it's not an easy choice. And then on the left or on the right panel, there's a ton of demons also fighting for her soul. The gender of the girl means nothing. She's just meant to be a representation of all of humanity, but also every single soul in humanity and the choice that they have to make, and how it starts here in our normal every day-to-day life. I chose a color palette that was represented in the Louvre by one of the paintings on the ceilings. I worked in Photoshop and I sent it really to the printer. It was a really simple process after that. Getting the proofs for the banners. No, that's a different story. That took a bit of work, but I remember waiting for these banners to arrive. I was so nervous to see how they would look, but I'm really happy with the product and how it turned out.
Holly asked, what is the material? Canvas paper?
Yeah, it's not paper. I think it's just canvas. I know. It's just canvas. It is thick.
What inspired the style? It definitely gives something of Greek or Roman with the borders.
When I want to go, once I graduate, I'm going to build my portfolio, and I'm hoping to become a concept artist and character designer. So throughout the years, literally cartoons and shows and artists on Instagram have influenced my style. A big inspiration for me is Gabriel Piccolo on Instagram and his series Icarus and the Sun, his personal rendition of that. The rimming I just pulled out of my head. It wasn't really inspired by anything. I mean, not that I can recall from my head. I'm sure it was inspired by something. So I worked on the iPad with a lot of the sketches involved, but then I took all the sketches to the Cintiq tablet down in our graphics lab, which is this huge tablet that goes over Mac computers, and it has a pen and everything. And basically you open Photoshop and you can draw with the pen on the tablet using Photoshop. So instead of using your mouse and all the keyboard clicks and stuff like that, you're able to draw as if you were drawing traditionally, which is amazing that I don't have to use the mouse for every micro movement that I do. They're really nice tablets. They're actually the reason I came to this school. I remember Admitted Students Day. It's the first person, me and my mom just visited, and I met Scott. He was just walking around and he opened the studio for me. So thank you, Scott.
Talk a little bit more about your choice of colors.
Yeah, so the right piece with all the demons and stuff, there's meant to be a sort of urgency and anger that has to do with all of the characters and creatures that are fighting for the soul. And then the far left banner with all the angels, the blue is kind of meant to like give you a source of calm. Like even though there is still that battle, like it's more of like a peaceful battle. Like you want to be on that side. And then in the middle, the colors kind of come together with red and blue, and they form a little purple in the middle to kind of show the muddiness of your choice. Sometimes it's not just blue and red, it's not just black and white.
And when did you first discover other anime artists like Piccolo?
Probably freshman year of high school. Growing up as a Christian, I grew up in a super conservative family, so I wasn't even allowed to access the internet until I was like 15 or 16. So just around that age.